Hi everyone, Anthony Morganti here. Most of you probably already know that you could stitch together a panorama in just about any photo editing application that is available today. For example, I'm in Luminar Neo. Specifically, I'm in the catalog tab or module of Luminar Neo. And over on the right-hand side, we have a tool called Panorama Stitching. And with this tool, I could take a number of images that I shot specifically to stitch into a panorama, drag them into this box, and Luminar Neo will create the panorama more or less automatically for me. One unique thing, though, about Luminar Neo is not only can it create a panorama from a number of different images, it can also create a panorama from a video. For example, last fall, we took our grandson to this place called Pumpkinville. It's just a place you could go in the fall. They have pumpkins you could buy, and they have rides for the kids. And I just stood in one spot and with my phone took a video, and I just spun around. Now, I didn't spin 360 degrees, but I definitely spun over 200 degrees. So as you can see, I'm just kind of panning Pumpkinville. So from left to right, I just did this pan of Pumpkinville. And we were there relatively early and there wasn't very many people there yet. With this type of video, you could create a great panorama using Luminar Neo, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So if you're ever anywhere and you don't have maybe your camera and maybe you just don't want to set up your phone to take a panorama with your phone, you could just take a video, just stand in one spot and pan left to right. Then take that video into Luminar Neo. Now, one thing about it, when you're in list view, or what a lot of people call grid view of Luminar Neo, you'll be able to see the video. So it's right here on the left. But if you double click on it to go to loop view to look at it, you won't see it. And you'll notice that the edit button is grayed out. So you really can't edit a video in Luminar Neo. You could only look at it when you're in grid or list view. Just tap the L key on your key, the L for list, and you'll be able to see the video. Once you see the video there, open up Panorama Stitching on the right-hand side and drag it over there. Now, if this were a number of images, the next step would be to click on these three dots and go to Settings, and you'll notice that everything's grayed out here. So there's really no settings here for the video. So what you need to do, once you drag the video over here, just click Start, and it will open up your video in the video editor. And it's, not a super high-tech video editor. It's relatively simple. You have a play button, so you could play your video. You also have a return to start button and a jump to end button, so you could use those as well. Now, you do have the timeline at the bottom, and you also have some trim tools, so you could trim from the beginning and or trim from the end. Now, one thing I do want to mention, you'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner, there's custom object composition. If you turn this on, what will happen is you'll be able then to pick a specific object in the scene that you want Luminar Neo to prominently display in your panorama. So if there's something in your panorama or is something in your video that you definitely want in the final panorama, you could tell Luminar Neo what it is. So turn this on and then take the playhead and just put it to that object. Let's just say it's this tractor. Once it's there, click this little plus sign and you'll get a box. Put the box over the object. You could resize the box with the handles. And what will happen now is once I have this here, all I need to do then is click continue, and it will make sure that this tractor is prominently, it's actually a lawnmower. This lawnmower is in a prominent place in the panorama, probably at a rule of thirds area or something like that. Now, for this specific panorama, I'm not going to use this, so I'll turn this off. But I am going to trim it from the front and back. So I'll go to the front trim tool. This is the trim tool on the left. And I'm just going to trim it till it starts right about there. Then I'm going to go to the one at the end and I'm going to trim it back so it ends right around there. So I want it to go from like this area right here to that area. And then we'll create the panorama from this snippet of the video. Next thing to do is click continue. And when you do that, it will show you kind of a preview of your panorama, and you'll be able to choose some different projections. If you've ever stitched together a panorama in just about any application, you'll know that you have usually an option to choose different projections. These are just different ways it goes about stitching together the panorama. Now, in this case, it's not stitching together anything, but it is kind of creating the panorama from the video. And it has the projections along the lower left. And the first one is called spherical. That's the one it will default to. The next one is called cylindrical. Just click on it. And you'll see with cylindrical, I seem to have a little more sky and a little more foreground. The next one is called Mercator, and you can see that. The next one is called Plane, and then the last one is called Fisheye. Now, I think of these for this specific video that the cylindrical gave me the most kind of sky and the most foreground, so I'm going to go with that. Now, to the right of that, you could zoom her in or out. It doesn't affect the final panorama. The next step would. But right now, you could just zoom in or out if you want to see something specific. But you don't need to do that here. If you want to start over, click this little back arrow. So if you're happy with your projection, the next thing you will do is click Continue. When you do that, now you have a crop box. So now you could zoom in by cropping in. You can't really zoom out because it will automatically crop away all of the blank pixels. So you could see that, you could zoom out if you want to, but you'll have blank pixels. So I like the default crop that it created, and then just click crop. And when you do that, it'll show you your final panorama. When you're satisfied, click stop. If you're not satisfied, click the back arrow and correct something you want to correct. But I'm satisfied with this, so we'll click save. And now we have our panorama. Now what it did, it took us out of the folder we were in, and it created a new folder called Panorama Stitching. And this is where all your panoramas will go. Now, if you want to go back to the original folder, I had it in working folder. So there's my video. But if I go back to Panorama Stitching, here is our panorama. Now, it is a TIFF file. It's not a RAW file. Also, when I took the video, I didn't shoot in log. So it is a processed video. Therefore, the TIFF file is processed. But you could edit on top of this if you'd like to. Just go over and click the Edit button, and you'll have all the tools available that you normally would for any other image. So now I could edit it as I would. Now, because it's not a RAW file, I won't have Develop RAW. I'll just have Develop. But I could do a typical edit, maybe like I normally would. Edit away like I want to. So there, let's just do a quick edit. I'll go to Enhance, maybe make it fast. So we'll enhance, and we'll enhance the sky. So I'm going to overdo it. We'll go to Vignette maybe, and we'll put a darker vignette on. I do want to go back to Develop and maybe just boost the saturation, or maybe the vibrance, or maybe both. And I think that's it. So that's how you create a panorama from a video. Now, again, it's important that you just, if you just take a video and you're just standing there pointing in one direction, your panorama is not going to be that much. It's not going to be a big deal. So the idea here is to pan with the video. So start from the left side and start your video, and then pan to the right, and then stop. And always go further than you need to go. You could always crop away or trim the front and back if you need to. So go further than you need to go. So meaning start before you actually want to start, then pan through where you want to start, and then go past where you want to end. And then you could trim those away later and or crop your panorama if you need to. In this case, I think it worked out pretty well. So next time you want to do this, remember, Luminar Neo, you could create panoramas from videos. Thank you, everyone who watches my videos. I really do appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys soon.